Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivakacharya Starasi Simad, His Divine Grace, Srila Asa Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivakacharya Starasi Simad, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Srila Gokishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Srila Thakur Bhakti Vinod Ki Jai. Sri Guru Parampara Ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Sadhu Sangha Ki Jai. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Go Premananda Hari Hari. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om, all together please. Om Jnana Timarandasya Ganandana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swarupa Mayam Didati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuktar Purkamala Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Prijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padang Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karana Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapcha Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Brindavanishwari Vrishabhana Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, translation and commentary, Srila Prabhupada, chapter number 17, the divisions of faith. Today's verse is number 14, correct? Right. So this is about austerity. Okay, please repeat. Deva Divya Guru Prajna Pujanam Socham Ajavam Brahmacharyam Ahimsa Cha Sariram Tapa Uchyate Deva Dvija Guru Pragya Pujanam Socham Ajavam Brahmacharyam ahimsam cha Sariram tapa uchyate Deva divya guru pragya Pujanam sochamajavam Brahmacharyam ahimsam cha Sariram tapa uchyate. Okay, word for word, please repeat. Deva, of the Supreme Lord. Divya, the Brahmanas. Guru, the spiritual master. Pragya, and worshipable personalities. Pujanam, worship. Shocham, cleanliness. Ajavam, simplicity. Brahmacharyam, celibacy. Ahimsa, non-violence. Cha, also. Shariram, pertaining to the body. Tapaha, austerity. Uchyate, is said to be. Translation, Srila Prabhupada. Austerity of the body consists in worship of the Supreme Lord. The Brahmanas, the spiritual master, and superiors like father and mother, and in cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and non-violence. Please repeat. Austerity of the body consists in worship of the Supreme Lord. The Brahmanas, the spiritual master, and superiors like the father and mother, and in cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and non-violence. Okay, purport Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Godhead here explains the different kinds of austerity and penance. First, he explains the austerities and penances practiced by the body. One should offer or learn to offer respect to God or to the demigods, the perfect qualified brahmanas, and the spiritual master, and superiors like father, mother, or any person who is conversant with Vedic knowledge. These should be given proper respect. One should practice cleansing oneself externally and internally, and he should learn to become simple in behavior. He should not do anything which is not sanctioned by the scriptural injunctions. He should not indulge in sex outside of married life, for sex is sanctioned in the scripture only in marriage, not otherwise. This is called celibacy. These are penances and austerities as far as the body is concerned. Deva Divya Guru Pragya Pujanam Socham Ajavam Brahmacharya Mahimsam Cha Shariram Tapa Uchite. Austerity of the body consists in worship of the Supreme Lord, the Brahmanas, the spiritual master, and superiors like the father and mother, and in cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and non-violence. Yes, so here Krishna telling Arjuna and us thereby the qualities we should practice and try to cultivate. Because these are austerities in the mode of goodness. So if we cultivate these austerities, we will come to the mode of goodness more easily. So of course, they are very important, because if we don't, sometimes we may think, oh, I'm just following 4 regulative principles and that's everything. But they are the basic prohibitions, but they also imply the positive aspects too. For example, no meat eating. So that means we should only eat prasadam, right? No meat eating, yes, but then what should we eat? We should eat only prasadam. No illicit sex. But like Prabhupada says here, sex is okay, but it should be within marriage, not otherwise. And then you can have nice children and make your home a temple and bring up the children and do all your duties as an offering to Guru. And then that's very fine. It's a stable situation. So if you're not married, then you should follow brahmacharya. But if you can't follow brahmacharya, celibacy, then you should get married. You shouldn't torture yourself and others. So generally, Vedic system, people get married. And the majority of Lord Chaitanya's devotees, they were married. There's no doubt about it. And if they practice sadhana within marriage and make their home a temple, in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, I'm just editing that at the moment, it explains 3 things for all devotees. Bhajo Krishna, Bolo Krishna, Krishna Upadesha Karo. Bengali Janta, or yes, the sadhu here. Bhajo Krishna means worship Krishna, just like it says here. Worship the Supreme Lord. That means take Krishna as your Ishtadev. Not whimsically, but Ishvara Parama Krishna. We know, you're all devotees, he is Bhagavan. But many people may not understand that. They may not be properly informed, all the demigods. But here, worship Krishna, your Ishtadev. Bhajo Krishna. Bolo Krishna. Chant the name of Krishna. Harinama, Harinama eva kevalo. Right? We all know. In Kali Yuga, that is very powerful. And then Krishna Upadesha Kuro. Follow the instructions of Krishna, the advice in the scripture coming from the spiritual master. Right? So those three things, right? Take Krishna as your Ishtadev, chant the name of Krishna, and follow the instructions of the acharyas and in the Shastra. And so if a grihasta couple do that with their children, they will make advancement. Advaita Acharya, he was a grihasta. And the big brahmachari, Narada Muni, in the Panchatattva, what was he? He was a grihasta. Where did the Sankirtan movement start? In the house Srivas Angam, in the courtyard of Srivas Pandit, who is Narada Muni. He represents the Jiva Tattva in the Panchatattva. So, that's amazing, isn't it? That the big brahmachari becomes married in Chaitanya Leela. And the Sankirtan movement starts there. And Lord Chaitanya, I was just reading this last section of the Bhagavatam, and he used to go in the street, make big festivals and tell everyone, chant Hare Krishna, chant Hare Krishna. Now, will they go back home to Godhead? Yes, of course. If you take the name and you chant sincerely, this is sufficient in itself. The holy name, Bhagavat Marg, is sufficient in itself for self-realization. What is Bhagavat Marg? There's 9 processes. So first 4 is Bhagavat Marg. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam. You don't need formal initiation for those, but you can accept Upadesha Kuro, the instructions of Krishna. And then Archan Marg, sometimes called Vidhi Marg, is the other 5. What is that? Archanam, Vandanam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Now for those, you should be formally initiated and you should be instructed how to worship the deity. But if you're a sincere soul and you chant Hare Krishna and you're living in Navadvip and Lord Chaitanya says, chant the Hare Krishna mantra, you can go back to Godhead. And then there is the story of Lord Chaitanya and the Buddhist monk and his followers. The Buddhist leader was a little envious and he tried to give contaminated foodstuff to Lord Chaitanya. You know the story? And then a bird swooped down and grabbed the plate, rose up high and dropped the plate on the Buddhist monk's head. He was like he was listening to a Bhagavatam class or something. He fell asleep. So then Lord Chaitanya, he gathered all the students of that big Buddhist monk around him and he said, chant Hare Krishna. And they were chanting Hare Krishna. And then the big Buddhist monk woke up, maybe had a little bruise, and then they got him to chant. And Prabhupada said the students became the guru. They became part of the parampara. And then in the purport, Prabhupada says, this is initiation. That's what Prabhupada writes. If you give the Maha Mantra to somebody in the bus station or in the back of the bus or any good soul, and you say, look, chant Hare Krishna, those people who bolo Krishna and bhajo Krishna and accept Lord Krishna as their Ishtadev, they go back to Godhead. And only those that chant know the magic of chanting. Oh, I'll try that. Huh? So if you, that, and they go home and they get, and look, I've got some neem beads here, take them and chant. That's initiation, right? I know we have big fancy yogis and all the rest, but esoteric aspect must be understood. Exoteric means external, and esoteric. So the holy name is not restricted by rules and regulations. This morning we were given Bhagavatam class and this question was there. And the Vedas said, yes, the devotee who is in samadhi thinking of the Supreme Lord, he's not restricted by the externals. Of course, if you are a neophyte, like the great sage there asked the question at the end, then you should take instructions. But Prabhupada in 22nd, in Matchless Gifts in New York, right? Brahmananda told me, because I was with Brahmananda when, Brahmananda wasn't there then, but when Prabhupada passed on, I was in Africa. And Brahmananda told me personally that they used to go, Prabhupada would give a kirtan. He would first worship the deities, and then they would have a kirtan, and then Prabhupada would give a pravachan. He would give instructions from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So then the devotees used to, after that, they would take prasad perhaps, and then they would go to the coffee shop around the corner. You know the story? Yeah, Brahmananda told me. And then Brahmananda told me, then they went, after some time of this, they went to Prabhupada and they said, is this everything, Prabhupada? Is this everything we have to know? And then Prabhupada gradually introduced regulative principles, austerities of body, mind and word, and brought them along. But the important point is, Harinam, everything, especially in Kali Yuga, is centered on the cultivation of the Harinam. And we should always remember, we have yagyas and procedures and vaidhi and rules and regulations, particularly in Vidimag, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam, that is important. Your brother is a great pujari. You must follow that very strictly. But the real thing is the bhava, the cultivation of devotion in the heart. Last Friday, myself and the sadhu there, we were taking Mahaprasad outside the place there, where they give it out next to the temple after the class. And there was a group of nice girls. They were supervised by some strict-looking lady. They came up to us and they said, where are you coming from? Where are you coming from? So in my perfect Hindi, I said, Sab log Bhagwan se Hare. Everyone is coming from Bhagavan. And Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Mataksar. Everything comes from Krishna. And she said, you know Sanskrit? So I said, a little bit. And then I said, we are all one family because everyone has come from Krishna. We're all Achyuta Gotra. And we all have Krishna in our heart. This is bhakti. And then one girl said, I have Radha in my heart. And then another girl said, I have Radha in my heart. They were young girls, 14, 15, right? And they all started, yes, I have Radha in my heart. So then I said, well, then you have Krishna in your heart. Because wherever there's Radharani, there must be Krishna. And then they all started, it was a very joyful occasion. So somebody may say, they have Radharani in the heart and they're worshipping. They're not initiated. No, we don't have monopoly on Krishna. Do you understand? Krishna is not controlled by rules. They are there to advise us the proper way. But if we have that feeling, oh, look at Radharani, she's so beautiful with Krishna. I've got a flower I want to offer. Do you think that she will not, Radharani will think, Krishna, they're offering me flowers, but they're not initiated properly. No. Supreme Lord, Krishna, Radharani, they're Suridam Sarvabhutanam. They have open, loving heart. And if we approach with love in our heart, that is the essence of bhakti, right? Bhajatam priti purvakam. We should do our chanting and study with priti purvakam. Oh, I'm reading about my beloved Krishna. I'm reading about my beloved Radharani in the Bhagavatam and so on. We shouldn't be thinking, no, we should have this. So this mood of bhakti, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Krishna Upadesha Karo, if we have this Bhajo Krishna, Bolo Krishna, then the rules and regulations of Vidimarg and the advice are easier to follow. Just like those devotees, they were chanting, Brahmananda said, we were all chanting, we'd have a cup of coffee after. And then we went to Prabhupada and said, and then Prabhupada introduced regulative principles. So regulative principles are there, but they imply no meeting. Oh, that means only prasad. No gambling. Gambling means mental speculation. It means you should learn the Shastra, Upadesha Karo. You should know what's in the Shastra. You should know Siddhanta. And then you want sex? Okay, get married and have a faithful marriage, but don't put the Guru of Kali Yuga in your home. The television set, right? Everyone has a temple in their house in Kali Yuga, and it's called, and the Guru is there, it's called the television set. And they zombie out, listening to the instructions of Kali Yuga Guru television set. Don't have a television set. If I may say, in our house, when I was growing up, my father wouldn't allow television. You know that? He said it was bad for your mind. Very bad. And that was way back when. Nowadays. So we had a library because he was, and there was a billiard table in the library. So he said, you can't watch the television, go to the library and study. But we used to play billiards instead. Snooker. So, but sometimes we would study. But the point is that this is the Guru of Kali Yuga, sense enjoyment. Sense enjoyment will make you happy. So, what are the four regulative principles? What's the four? I haven't counted. No gambling, no meeting, no intoxication. Yes. So, what does that mean? Okay, don't take all these drugs, especially nowadays, everyone. It means become intoxicated on what? Harinam Sankirtan. Become intoxicated on the Bhagavatam. Become intoxicated on the Leela of Krishna. Become intoxicated on Ekadashi by chanting 1 lakh name. Become intoxicated in that way. Don't go, because that's what we want. We want to become ecstatically intoxicated. That is the spiritual world. That's if you read about holy. Holy will come. That's what the devotees were doing in holy, right? They would go enjoy throwing ghee and milk and enjoy in intoxicated spiritual consciousness. So these rules and regulations, these tapasya of the mind, body and words, they bring us to the spiritual platform. And this is Krishna Upadesha Guru. Not just 4 regulative principles and force yourself through them. No, the positive aspect must be there. The problem with organized religion is it tends to be very You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's all negatives. And then what you should be doing becomes lost. Now in those three, Bhajo Krishna, Bolo Krishna, Krishna Upadesha Karo, it's all positive. Do this, do this. So on the basis of these austerities, not just 4 regulative principles, 16 rounds, and go to Mangalarti and do what I'm told in the temple. You have to put your heart, that is Bhajo Krishna. You worship Krishna with bhava. This is my Supreme Lord. Look at Radharani with Krishna. I have Radharani in my heart. And those girls, became very joyful. You remember saying all this? And then the mother came along and said, come with me. Not in a masculine voice. So let's see these austerities and commit them to mind. Because there are, as we all know, when Lord Brahma came to consciousness, came out of Susupti, within the material universe before the planetary systems were arranged, he was thinking, what is my source? Now that's very interesting, because when Krishna gives the Chatur Shloki in the Bhagavad Gita, what does he say? Aham sarvasya prabhavo. I am the source of everything material and spiritual. And then in the Vedanta Sutra, Atato Brahma Jignyas. And then the next sloka is what? Janmadi Ashyata. The Brahman, the absolute truth, is that from whom everything emanates. So that is in the Shastra the starting description of Ishvara Parama Krishna. Anadir Govinda, Anadi. I am the uncaused origin of all entities, Govinda. So this is very important, that we are not the source of our existence. And Lord Brahma, the first created being within the universe, he came to consciousness and he didn't think, I am Bhagavan, I must meditate. No, he thought, what is my source? Who is my source? So we know that intrinsically in our soul, deep down, we know that I am not the ultimate source, that Krishna, the Supreme Lord, is the ultimate source. This is intuitive knowledge. Vaishnava philosophy, Vedic philosophy, is natural understanding. So we are always thinking and realizing the truth beyond mental speculation. It comes intuitively, it's awoken by Krishna. It's part and parcel of the soul, because we are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. How to get to that platform? So Lord Brahma, he heard one word, tapaha, right? You all know, right? You learned devotees. What does tapa mean? Austerity, tapa, translation. But what does it mean, austerity? It means voluntary control. This is one and a key understanding of the word austerity. Voluntary control of the mind and senses. That means that we have free will. We have the ability to control our mind and senses. We have the ability, if we exert it, to control the mind and senses in certain directions here and there. And so Krishna is giving us here the direction in which that we can choose what we want to cultivate. You understand? Just like we often say, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. Krishna says, those that worship me in loving Priti Purvakam, I give them buddhi yogam, intelligence by which they can come to me. That means I give them the path, the choice, the correct understanding through buddhi, intelligence, but they have to do the choosing. Right? This was what this morning we were saying, that Rida Balyam, we have to choose. Krishna will not interfere. At the end of the Gita, towards the end, Krishna says, Arjuna, armed with yoga, stand and fight. Now, it doesn't just mean fight with Duryodhana, the expansion of Kali Yuga. It means fight with your inner nature. Become the lord of your nature. That is tapasya. I decide to do that. I have my ability to lord it over myself. And I can have all the books and all the Shastra and all the learning and all the Sanskrit in the world. But I have to have that decision. And that decision is possible for everyone. Young, old, male, woman. We have to make that commitment. And then yeyatam mam prapadyante, and then Krishna responds. We should have full confidence that if we exert control over the direction we want to go in life, then we will attain Krishna. Right? So Arjuna answered, yes, I've heard, yes, Krishna. And then he said, Karishyate tava vachanam. Okay, Krishna, now I'm ready to act according to your instructions, your vachanam, your words. Krishna Upadesha Kuru. So, armed with yoga, Krishna says, that means armed with union with the transcendental Lord. Right? If we are in union, our consciousness, we're training our consciousness through sadhana bhakti to purify and then fix it upon adhokshaja, means the transcendental Lord. Once the mind is on Krishna, then we stand and fight with the lower nature. And all the time we should understand that this material world, sense enjoyment, unregulated sense enjoyment, is suffering. Overeating is suffering. Undereating is suffering. Krishna says in the Gita, right? You cannot be a yogi if you sleep too much or sleep too little. Eat too much or eat too little. Right? He's talking about austerities. In Krishna consciousness, we are not going to be like Hiranyakashipu, worshipping Lord Brahma. And it's not recommended that we become like Dhruva Maharaj, standing. No. What did Narottam Das say? Kevalananda Kanda. You have come a process that is simply joyful, hearing and chanting. But at the same time, Vaidhi, the rules and regulations, the atmosphere, whether we're in a griha or in the brahmacharya ashram or we're sitting under a tree, we should be in the mode of goodness. So these austerities, control of the mind and senses, and then Lord Brahma, he practiced self-control, meditating on the absolute truth as the source, and then he gained enlightenment for his austerity. And he wrote the Brahma Samhita. We have the 5th chapter. Imagine there must be 4 more chapters. And then he composed the Brahma Samhita. Chintamani prakara sadma sukhalpa vriksha. Right? So that is his realization. And if we perform the tapa, Bhajo Krishna, Bolo Krishna, Krishna Upadesha Karo, then we should have full confidence that Krishna will reveal himself progressively. Not in all one go, because Krishna is unlimited. So we have to be introduced to Krishna, the transcendental platform, step by step. We don't want a high voltage or we'll blow a fuse, right? We have to learn steadily. So Krishna's in the heart. He knows what's best for us. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. I will give you intelligence. Yena mam upayanti te. So you're all devotees. You know this already. But today's section of the Gita is about how to make everything auspicious, how to cultivate the mode of goodness, the divisions of faith. Now those that don't, right, yak shastra ustrichya, those that give up shastra, they don't attain these things. But this is what we should cultivate. So there is austerity of body, that's number 14, austerity of speech, number 15, and right, and austerity of the mind. So let's read them again, and I'll give you a test. Austerity of the body consists in 1. Worship of the Supreme Lord. 2. The Brahmanas. The spiritual master. That's 3. Superiors like father and mother. Superiors. We should be respectful. This is important for a cohesive society. We should give respect to elders and senior people. And then we should be clean. That's number 4, right? And then simplicity. We should have a simple, uncomplicated life. And then celibacy. We already explained that. Narada Muni. And non-violence. And that is 7. Ah, good, it's not there. So what's the first one? Worship of? Yes, Supreme Lord. And the next? That's number 3. Number 2 is? Brahmanas, very good. And then, of course, spiritual master is the Brahmana. And then, after spiritual master, number 4? Superiors like father and mother. And then? Huh? Cleanliness. And then? Simplicity, right? Live a simple life. Don't make things complicated. And celibacy, married or brahmachari, whatever. And non-violence. Oh, you're very. I couldn't do it without you. So we'll do it again. First one. Yes. Supreme Lord. Number 2. Brahmanas. Number 3. Guru. And then superiors, social cohesion, we should be respectful. And then cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and non-violence, right? So they're austerities of the body. These are our material equipment. So if we perform those things, and there's advice in the scripture, and we all know, keep things simple and keep it clean and give respect to everyone. So then, austerity of speech consists in speaking words that are 1. Truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others, and regularly reciting the scriptures. 5. So we'll read it again. Austerity of speech consists in, please repeat, speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and non-agitating to others, and also in regularly reciting, yes, get a Brahma Samhita, recite Gopi Gita, learn some slokas, whatever. So the first one is truthful. What does tasty mean? What does it pleases? Yes, pleasing words. We shouldn't be like Kali Yuga, trying to be provocative. The art of the kind word. You know that? That's what they say. You should know how to say pleasing things to people. If somebody's unhappy, then you say, look, it doesn't matter. Come to the restaurant, I'll buy you a ginger tea. Be pleasing to people. Don't add fuel to the fire. So, right, first one is? Yes. Number 2? Pleasing. No. We should say pleasing things, but they should be beneficial. Who was that? Huh? Ooh. Beneficial, that's number 4. So, okay, yes, that's right. Speaking words, that's number 3. So, first one? Beneficial, yes. Now, so we have 2 more. Yeah, this is the more negative thing, right? Pleasing, those are the positive ones. Truthful, pleasing, beneficial. These are positive things. And then number 2. Number 4? Non-agitating, yes. Don't be provocative. Of course, if it's a friend, you can tease your friend and all that and make jokes. But you shouldn't try to upset people unnecessarily, particularly at the beginning of a conversation. You should be non-agitating, because it's Kali Yuga, right? You don't have to create agitation. Everything is in Kali Yuga agitating. There's a lot of it around. You need to be non-agitating. Huh?
Name itself is agitating.
Huh?
Kali Yuga.
Yeah, Kali Yuga means agitating, right? Age of quarrel. And then number 5. Govindamari Purusham. Scriptures. Okay. Number 1. Truthful. Number 2. Pleasing. Number 3. Beneficial. The negative? Not agitating. Number 5. Yes. Learn, recite some section of Gita, Bhagavatam, there's so many prayers. So that's 5. So, and now, austerity of the mind. I'll read it. Try to remember it. And satisfaction, simplicity, gravity, self-control, and purification of one's existence are austerities of the mind. Now that's very interesting. Purification of one's existence, that seems to be a reference to one's bodily affairs. But purification of one's existence, that means purification of one's view of the world. We should have a pure vision. But we'll say it again. Please repeat. And satisfaction, simplicity. Speak loudly. I'm going to test you soon. And satisfaction, simplicity, gravity. Right? Gravity, that's number 3. That means, don't be a merry Andrew. Have a certain gravity about you, self-control. That's number 3. Satisfaction, simplicity, gravity. And then self-control. Number 4. All right, everyone repeat. Self-control. And purification of one's existence. So that's 5. What's number 1? Starts with S. The first 2 are S. Satisfaction, yes. That means I'm born with this body, this mind, this situation. Be satisfied. Don't be envy, of course you're all devotees. Be satisfied. Krishna's decided this is what's good for you, right? Be satisfied. That's also there, the first verse of Ishupanishad, right? Everything is controlled and owned by Krishna, and don't desire other people's property. Be satisfied. Next one. S. Simplicity. Yes, in the mind. Yes, that means don't go to a psychiatrist or psychologist. You're thinking this because when you were a child and this happened and then this happened in this situation. Oh my God, give me some pills, doctor. You're driving me crazy. No, right? These psychologists, they don't want you cured or else they have no patience. So anyway, modern psychology is godless, right? So simplicity means, I rely on Krishna. Krishna will help me. I'll pray to Krishna. I'll perform yoga. I'll meditate upon Krishna at Hokshaja. So first one is? Second one? Simplicity. Also with an S. Oh no, sorry, with a G. Gravity, yes. That means a devotee should be anta, he should be within. He should be realizing the Supreme Lord within his heart, right? Krishna is everywhere, but he's also in our heart especially. So number one? Number two? Number three? Gravity. Then another S. Self-control, yes. So don't overeat, don't oversleep, be regulated in your life, you understand, be self-control. Of course, if you're unwell, you have to sleep a little extra. If you're traveling, you may have this self-control. So number one, number two, number three, number four. And the next one starts with P. Yes. Oh, somebody's intelligent there. So, purification of one's existence. That means think nicely and kindly about one's existence. Don't be in anxiety. Perform yoga. This in deity work is called Bhota Shuddhi. Bhota Shuddhi means that before you do archanam, you sit down and you think, I'm not this body, I'm not this mind, I'm the soul. And this soul is part and parcel of Krishna. And then I unite my consciousness with Krishna. And so this is called purification of the individual. So this is purification of one's existence. Because, at least myself, the mind is always being pulled here and there. So we should be in the habit of pulling the mind back and fixing it upon Krishna, understanding that we are part and parcel of Krishna. So that is purification of one's existence. Now, let's see. So austerity of the body consists in worship of Supreme Lord, yes. The Brahmanas, Guru, superiors, very good. And then bodily cleanliness, no, that's later. Cleanliness with an S. Simplicity. That's the final one. Celibacy. Within marriage, be faithful. If you're outside marriage, be celibate. If you can't handle celibacy, get married. Right? So austerity of speech consists of speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, pleasing. That means not empty compliments, but beneficial. Say nice things. Like, you're going back to Godhead. What are you worried about? Remind people of Krishna. And the negative one? Yes, non-agitating. Instead of opposite of beneficial, right? Beneficial makes people peaceful. And also in regularly reciting the scriptures. Yeah. I was just thinking that I was going to tell it to Shiranga Thakur. We should have a little book, 108 slokas. Because, 108 slokas, a small pocket book that everyone can learn. And then you can, Hamsavasya Prabhu, Janma Karma Tame Divyam, small book. And you can recite them. So, truthful, that's words. And again, the mind now starts with S. Satisfaction, simplicity, gravity. Another S. Self-control. And P. Purification are austerities of the mind. So, right? Now we have a good, if we cultivate these, we can easily go to the mode of goodness. If we're in the mode of goodness, it's easy to bhajo Krishna, bolo Krishna. Right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So thank you all very much. You all passed the course. Any questions? Quick questions.
Your class was so nice. I was crying when I came and now I'm smiling. I'm so happy.
You mean the class today?
Yeah.
Did you go to the morning class? I gave morning class as well. You were crying in that one. Oh, it was so bad. Oh dear. I didn't know it could be so bad. Yes, we should be joyful, right? It says in the Gita, right? Kartam, susukam kartam avyayam, right? So devotees accept happiness on behalf of the Supreme Lord. Krishna likes to see us happy. The spiritual master likes to see us happy. So we should accept happiness in devotion, right? We can be grave, but we can also be joyful, right? Just like those ladies. I've got Radha in my heart. And then, right, they were all saying, yes, and me too. So this is the feeling we should have. That Krishna is there, and I just have to put my mind on Krishna, adhoksaja. Right? And these austerities will keep our existence pure, and we can realize transcendence. And then we will go to transcendence. We will leave this material world and gain eternal association of Krishna and Krishna's devotees, and we will be in the Sankirtan party of Lord Chaitanya. Any question or everything clear? Okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So thank you all very much.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama